Breaking news in Formula One. While most fans are distracted by lap times and launch liveries, something much bigger has just exploded inside the Formula One paddock. A rumor, a secret meeting, a supposed engine trick. And at the center of all this, Mercedes, Toto Wolff, and a 2026 power unit that rivals are quietly afraid of. Now, before continuing the video, I want to ask you a question. Who is better, George Russell or Oscar Piastri? Comment below. Let's go. With the new technical regulations, Formula One reduced the engine compression ratio from 18:1 to 16:1. That number defines the difference between the largest and the smallest volume inside the cylinder. It sounds simple, but here's the crucial detail. This measurement can only be done with the car stopped in the pit lane at ambient temperature, and that's exactly where the whispers began. Behind the scenes, rival teams started asking a dangerous question. What if Mercedes found a way to operate at a higher compression level, only when the car is on track? If that were true, the performance gain would be massive. We're not talking about tenths. We're talking about differences capable of deciding races. Suddenly, meetings were called, letters were sent, and tension quietly spread through the paddock. And then Toto Wolff responded, not with emotion, but with strategy. "I simply don't understand why some teams focus more on others," Wolff told the press, "and keep discussing something that is very clear and transparent." That wasn't just a denial, it was a direct message. Wolff confirmed that Mercedes received clear guarantees from the FIA regarding the legality of the engine, and he went further. Communication with the FIA has been very good from the beginning. It's not just about compression ratio, it involves other areas as well. Translation? Mercedes didn't ask once, they asked everything. According to Wolff, the regulations are crystal clear, the verification procedures are standardized, and these methods aren't even exclusive to Formula One. They're used in engines outside the category. In other words, there is no loophole. But this is where the story starts to get uncomfortable for the rivals. While some were arguing behind closed doors, Mercedes responded on track. During the Barcelona tests, the team completed more than 500 laps over 3 days. More than any other team. Volume, consistency, reliability. That's not the sign of a team guessing. It's the sign of a project that already understands itself deeply. And that's why Mercedes arrives at the start of the season once again as one of the favorites. The next step is the Bahrain test, but Toto Wolff made one thing very clear. He doesn't want distraction. "Fix your own house," he fired back. "They hold secret meetings, send secret letters, and keep inventing test methods that simply don't exist." That sentence alone echoed throughout the entire paddock. And when asked directly if there was any doubt, Wolff was categorical. "The engine is legal. It corresponds exactly to the way the regulations were written." And he reinforced it. "It corresponds to how the checks are done. And it corresponds to how these measurements happen in any other vehicle." And then came the final blow. "That's what the FIA told us. That's what the FIA president told us. So we feel completely confident." Message received, but Mercedes didn't stop there. Because this was never just about defending an engine. This was about declaring intention. On February 2nd, Mercedes unveiled the W17E Performance, a car created for the biggest technical revolution in Formula One in decades. This wasn't an update, it wasn't an evolution, it was a manifesto. Smaller chassis, lighter car, narrower, active aerodynamics replacing DRS, a new hybrid philosophy, and next-generation sustainable fuels developed with Petronas. 2026 represents a decisive moment, said Toto Wolff. These rules test every area of the organization, but they also create opportunities. And Mercedes clearly believes it read the regulations better than everyone else. At the heart of the W17 is the new power unit developed in Brixworth, 50% electric, 50% combustion, no MGU-H, and a massive jump in MGU-K, from 120 kilowatts to 350 kilowatts. That completely changes the way racing works. Hywell Thomas didn't try to soften it. This is not an evolution, it's a revolution. New architecture, new fuel, more electrification, a completely new car, all at the same time. There's no room for long development cycles. Efficiency stops being a concept and becomes a mission. And this is where everything starts to connect. Former driver and analyst Karun Chandok got straight to the point. One word keeps appearing in conversations with drivers: system. Teams that are able to fully integrate chassis and power unit from the start gain an immediate advantage. In 2026, only 4 structures can truly do that: Mercedes, Ferrari, Audi, Red Bull. But Chandok makes a crucial observation. Audi and Red Bull can still use the excuse of being new. Mercedes and Ferrari cannot. And among them, Mercedes looks the most operationally ready. Even while supplying engines to McLaren, Williams, and Alpine, the daily integration between Brackley and Brixworth gives Mercedes an early advantage. And this is where George Russell comes in. Experienced, technically sharp, fully integrated into the project. According to Chandok, all systems are aligned around Russell. Barcelona may not mean dominance yet, but the message was sent. And yes, this is starting to sound dangerously familiar, very similar to 2014. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the Formula One paddock and want more exclusive stories like this, leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel and shows it's worth continuing to investigate where few look. And meanwhile, Mercedes is already thinking beyond the current grid. Joshua Dirksen, alongside his Formula 2 season, was announced as a Mercedes development driver for 2026. Simulator work, TPC tests, real mileage. Mercedes isn't just building a car, it's building a complete ecosystem. So here's the question. If engine integration really decides 2026, if Mercedes truly has a systems advantage, and if George Russell is the pillar of this project, are we about to see a new era begin, once again, in silver?